again. Now, the United States is slamming plans to prosecute ousted Niger President Mohamed Bazoum. West African leaders are also condemning the action by the new military junta. It took control of the mineral-rich country last month after detaining Bazoum. It says it has enough evidence to convict the deposed president and his local and foreign accomplices. Niger is significant for the U.S. because it's its only ally in the volatile Sahel region. It also holds importance to Europe, specifically France, which relies on it as a source of uranium. Now let's get the latest from our correspondent in West Africa this hour, Tesem Akenda, joining us live from Jos in Nigeria. Tesem, good afternoon. Welcome to Today here on eNCA. First up, what's the latest we know about what's really happening on the ground in Niger?
Well, at the moment, many people, especially foreign nationals in Niger, appear to be apprehensive. I'll speak for Nigeria, for instance. As at yesterday and the day before, there were different calls, for the Nigerian government, for instance, to ensure that, Nigerians in Niger Republic are evacuated for their safety. I mean, so many calls from there for the authorities to ensure that they are moved out of the country. So yes, there's apprehension, with talks about peace and, between the junta and ECOWAS, the regional bloc, coming up and back and forth. So yes, to answer you, there's some level of apprehension in the air.
Is the likelihood of talks and them stepping down and allowing back Bazoum into power? I mean, how's that? What is the position for ECOWAS? Are they demanding that Bazoum should get back into the presidency?
Absolutely. ECOWAS has remained on that position since the coup since the government was toppled. Talking about Bazoum coming into power, they say that democracy must have its way in West Africa. They are against the stand of the military junta. As far as they're concerned, you can't, address situations by having a coup situation, which is what the military junta has insisted. According to them, they came into power or they've toppled the government because of insecurity and worsening economic crisis. So, but the ECOWAS bloc insists that that is not the way for things to be handled. So yes, there's that push for Mohamed Bazoum to be reinstated back into power and democracy allowed to hold sway.
But the military junta apparently is reported to say they want to take him to court to prosecute him against all sorts of allegations about him. I mean, ECOWAS is not going to accept that.
Yeah, I mean, there are different approaches as it stands. So a lot is going on. Just a few days ago, we had the president of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu, sending a delegation to Niger Republic to engage with the junta, all in, towards finding a way out of the situation. So yes, a lot back and forth ongoing, but there is that belief, especially from some countries within the ECOWAS region, that before long, they will be on the table to discuss peace talks.
Yeah. What's the word in West Africa about France? I mean, France specifically is a former colonizer of Niger and relies on it for uranium.
Yes. The situation in Niger Republic now has had different, there are those in support of it and there are those who are against it completely. Talking France now, many people or some of the people who are in support of the military junta believe that France is biting a lot and taking a lot out of, their country, leaving many of them impoverished. They cite, the extraction of resources such as uranium, out of the country and then, off to Europe, leaving many of them impoverished. So, yes, many of them are not in support of France. Since 1960, they got independence from France. But they believe that looking at the trajectory and from 1960 till date, I mean, they should have been more developed than they are at the moment. And they are attributing their level of underdevelopment at the moment to France. So A lot of them are not in support of France at all.
Yeah, the general sentiment of people in West Africa, you said there are those who are supportive of what's happening in Niger, there are those who are against it, and ECOWAS is standing against the intention to prosecute former President Bazoum at this stage. What's the mood like generally in the region? Because Niger is the fourth country after Burkina Faso, Mali, and Guinea-Conakry to experience a military coup in recent days.
Well, the mood at the moment, especially in the northern part of Nigeria and countries bordering Niger Republic, there's so much apprehension. There's some level of uncertainty because while the junta believes that they are on the right path, ECOWAS has been saying that they just have to give democracy a chance, with threats to deploy military powers or some firepower of some sort. So yes, talking about the mood, at the moment there's some level of apprehension, but I must say that a lot of analysts, international affairs analysts, are saying that things must be handled diplomatically, because if military power is brought into the situation, Niger, which is fighting an insurgency with so many people relying on humanitarian assistance, a lot might just go really, really bad. So yes, there are calls for diplomacy and peace talks to really, really hold sway with the situation.
Thank you very much, Tesem Akenda, for giving us an update about what West Africa is feeling about what's going on in Niger. He was talking to us live from Jos in Nigeria.